It's supposed to be, I'm trying to do as the most shortest messages, but for some reason I keep going. So I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible with what you need to release and let go of for this full moon. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Hopefully yours is simple, okay, where I don't have to talk too much. All right, what does my Tauruses need to release and let go of this full moon, Spirit? What do they need to let go of? What do they need to let go of? One more. We got the sun card. This is the strength card. You got toxicity and patterns card. You got the dreams card, and then you got nurture and compassion. You guys are getting the mental strength, okay, to break out of toxic patterns that you've accumulated over the years. Okay, you're starting to become more aware of your patterns, but this is something that you are noticing because the sun card is here. Okay, so you know what you need to release and let go of. You Taurus, listen, I usually, like, these other messages I've been getting, they're not all the same. Okay, I have some zodiac signs that don't know what they need to, that are not aware of what they do wrong. But I actually have a lot of people that I do have another half that does know what they need to work on. You know what you need to work on individually. I am talking to a Taurus that is going, that they're going towards their strength at this time, embodying, like, you're feeling empowered to actually hop over a really big hurdle with toxic patterns. And these may be toxic patterns that you've accumulated over the years. Like I said, that could be in regards to how you're treating others. Maybe patterns that you accumulated since you were a kid through, like, parents or like aunts and uncles that were around you. Somewhere down the line, this is coming, like, the toxic patterns is coming out of how you were treated as an individual since you were a child. And you have been working on and off with how you treat people and trying your best to get out of these patterns. But I feel like here it's going to be like a big change in regards to you individually. Okay? You are starting to notice that you're getting more dreams at this time. And it could be in regards to a loved one that passed away. I do see here that this, yeah, it's in regards to somebody that you like, that you are starting to have more compassion for, but I feel like this is not somebody you used to have a lot of compassion for. It may be like somebody you lost, I believe. You're getting messages from somebody that you lost, possibly. If not, you're just receiving a lot of downloads and a lot of dreams, and you're going to start having a bigger heart due to the messages that are coming in from your ancestors or a specific loved one that's on the other side. Okay? Yeah, so let me do the tarot. I'm not going to do like a full spread, but I am talking to a Taurus here that is well aware what they need to work on. And you're going to start making changes and having more compassion in regards to how you view others and life. But it's more, okay? It's going to be more. Because Tauruses do have a very big heart. Nobody can tell me that they do not have a heart, okay? My favorite people are Tauruses, okay? They have very big hearts, and I don't care what nobody says. It's just, listen, if you treat them, and they're like you pull on a bull's tail, you're going to catch the smoke, okay? But most of the time, they have a very big heart. But after this transition that you're going through, you're going to have more compassion with how you view situations. All right. Let me get one more card, Spirit. I see here, because you are well aware of what you need to work on and release and letting go, you're going to have more movement and more progress with things that are going on in your life. Okay? You got the Chariot in the upright. That's fast movement. You're going to be going towards and taking control of your life and your path and what you need to change with yourself. Okay? You could be embodying Cancer like energy right now. We are I think in Cancer season, and I feel like there is somebody relevant that there's a lot of Cancer energy around you where you're just embodying the Chariot right now. But you are looking at things very differently on what you need to release and let go. You are well aware of what you need to release and let go, but you are determined to make a difference with who you are and also how you react to certain things and what you react to. And you're going to have the courage to do that, to make the changes. You're having the courage to do that. You got the Knight of Swords here. You're somebody that does defend everything that they believe in and stand for. So I think at one point in time, you felt like you were at a halt in the past with your beliefs, because you have certain people around you that made you feel like you was crazy and delusional, or maybe what you believed in was a little idiotic or was not of the norm. But you don't care anymore, okay? You're done with a lot of things, and I feel like you are like you have your eyes set on how you're supposed to live your life at this time, and you are going to proceed with the showing the actions with the change that you want to make. Okay? And then you got the Nine of Wands. I always have the 6 and the 9 a little mixed up. Okay, don't make fun of me. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of you're going to see a lot of progress going on forward after July if you continue to make changes with your life. Your confidence is going to come back, because I'm talking to a Taurus that their confidence was lacking at some point in time due to individuals that was around you, and the mindset that it's like your mindset, you believe, you have certain beliefs and you always walked and talked and embodied that. But then at some point in time, it slowed down to the point where your beliefs weren't really matching up with how you were before. But now you're going back to how you were before, and you're loving yourself, and a lot of people are going to start noticing where you're going to start getting the respect that you had before. I'm proud of you, Tauruses, because it takes, listen, it's not easy to go through these changes and to accept certain things that you do wrong. But I see here Tauruses is really listen, I can say half of the zodiac signs, they're in delusion of what they need to not release and stuff like that. But you are well aware. I'm talking, listen, my earth signs are really doing good right now. They are learning things more about themselves, and they're embodying the change that's going on right now. And I'm really proud of you guys for making the changes and the effort. It's the effort, okay? And you'll start seeing more people will want to be around you and come back. Like if you feel like you lost people, don't worry. Once you make the changes and you feel good about yourself and how you're living, then everything comes after that. All right, I do see here that somebody does need, one benefit this full moon is that you should go take a walk. I'm talking to a Taurus specifically that loves to take walks, but hasn't probably taken a walk in quietness, in just themselves and their own energy for a while. Okay? I would embrace taking a hike, a walk by yourself, so that way you can call back your energy that was stolen from you, and also to embrace the changes that are going around you and to feel whole again. Get back to yourself, but in your own energy. I see here somebody needs to really come back to loving their own energy. Okay? But you are going to start feeling that way, because I see here that you're going to feel empowered, and you've got the Sun card, and a lot of like a lot of good movement that's going to be coming in the near future. Or if not, it's already happening. Okay? What else for my Tauruses? Grounding. Definitely take the time during this full moon, or even this whole July, where we're embodying this full moon energy, to ground yourself. I would advise, if you never planted a plant before in the ground, or even did flowers like gardening, start getting into gardening. Do vegetables specifically. I would advise for you to try to get more into doing the garden, because that could really help with your grounding. I wish I had a garden, but if you are somebody that does have the option to do gardening, I would definitely recommend it, because you can be more grounded that way, and you will feel more in tune with spirit when you're doing it, because you're touching earth. You're physically like that is a form of meditation. You're going to be embodying a lot of like you're going to be able to align more chakras while you're doing that. And also, I do see here a Taurus that maybe needs to up their vegetables. I see here maybe like I don't think you like onions too much, or peppers, or maybe too much of it, but I would advise maybe for you to start eating them, because they have, health-wise, it could be very beneficial for health. Listen, there's many vegetables I didn't like growing up, and then I started eating them. I would definitely tap into maybe trying vegetables that you actually don't like, because those could be actually the ones that help your immune system. The ones that you do not like is usually the ones that help your immune system the most. Okay? And get back to watching movies that you love. TV shows that you love. I see here, I had the turn off TV thing for the next card. But I'm talking to a Taurus that really, you love like TV and certain movies. Especially movies. I would advise for you to maybe find a funny movie, or like a scary one. But specifically like a funny one maybe. Go back to watching, like I see here, somebody loves like 70s and 80s movies. Needs to go back to watching them, or at least watch them maybe once a week. Okay? To help your mental health and to keep yourself aligned. Personal journey is your motivational message. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. You're somebody that's learning to be alone and being okay with that. Not having so many people around you that rely on you, that make you feel this small and need validation from you. Because I feel like at one point you need a validation from others, but in reality, the only validation you need is within yourself, and like basically just you. You love yourself. You may have lost it at some point in time with feeling like that love within yourself, but I see here, Taurus, you're going to start getting that love back within yourself, so that way you can grow to be a better version of yourself and just a great person that you are. You're going to start feeling more happy and enjoying life for what it is, and accepting the losses that you may have felt within these last few years with individuals trying to stem you to be this low. All right. So that is your motivational, that's your motivational message, but that is your message for the full moon. That's what you need to release and let go. But Taurus, you are aware of what you need to release and let go. I'm talking to Tauruses specifically that already know. And they are people, Tauruses are some that do like to make the changes within themselves. So I'm very proud of you. Somebody here needs to, I don't know what's going on here, but because we have the full moon here, somebody does need to wash their walls. I don't know if you smoke inside, or maybe there's like drips on the wall. Listen, I have some too because of these cats. It would be nice, like one thing that you could do for your spiritual cleanse, like to add on there, because we do need to wash our, like clean our house on top of doing a cleanse that comes with it, is wipe down your walls. You may have to wipe down your walls, do a spiritual cleanse by wiping down your walls. It could really remove the negativity that you may possibly feel sometimes. All right. So that's it. If it does resonate, please like and subscribe, or if you just like the video. All right, peace out, guys. What's up, Virgos? So we're going to do what you need to release and let go of during this full moon for Capricorn. Okay, and just know this, the Capricorn full moon is basically like a karmic smack of reality of what you should have been releasing in the past or currently. Okay, just like, and also it is a full moon to go towards your ambitions and goals more, and you're gonna see a lot of change that's going on with not only yourself but other people around you. Okay, so let's get started with your read, and also if it does resonate, please like and subscribe or comment. Okay, so we're just going to jump right into it. So what does the Virgos need to know for this full moon, Spirit? What does the Virgos need to release and let go of for this full moon? You got the memories and nostalgia cards, the confusions and illusions cards, and then we got decisions. All right, Virgo, you are well aware. I feel like I'm talking to somebody that may know what they're doing. Okay, you're having memories of how you've treated people. You need to let go, and see, may already know this. Okay, Virgo, you may already know this of what you need to. The earth signs seem to be on top of the water signs. See to be right now the ones that understand what they need to release and let go of. You're having memories of the past and how you treated people because you have put certain people underneath illusions or confused them. Or maybe this was vice versa. Okay, I do see here 100% that it could definitely be in the reverse. But I see here specifically, I'm talking to a Virgo that is in their thoughts, that has a lot of nostalgia in regards to how they have treated people in the past. And I feel like it's more than two people. Placing illusions over their eyeballs. And you are making a decision. I don't know if it's a decision in regards to something. It may be maybe apologizing to some people. Because I feel like here, these are people that you have really hurt in the past and really did like a number on them. But I'm going to see what's going on here with the tarot. So we're going to jump into the tarot to see. I had to pause it there for a second because my cats were making a big like noise. Okay. So what is this decisions that Virgos, or so it could be in the reverse, needs to make, but I do see here it may be you, Virgo. So what else do they need to release and let go of? What is this decisions? The decisions card for the Virgos. One more, Spirit, on that. Let me get one more on the Tower. You're making a decision. Okay, so I know exactly what this is. It is you, Virgo. I'm talking to or it could be in the reverse. But I see here, this is you. What you need to release and let go of is, it's all going to tie together after I say everything I need to say. Okay? You got the Death card in the upright. So there is a complete ending when it comes to something. The cycle is being closed out in regards to something that's going on in your life. Okay? You may have had fear in the change when it comes to maybe changing how you are, how you looked at life, and how you are as a character. Like how your character is. And how you viewed life was different back in the day than what it is now. I feel like I'm talking to a Virgo that actually went through like a hard lesson. Because we have the Death card and we have the Tower. Okay? Yeah. You went through a really abrupt ending that really changed a lot of things. Okay? You may have, like, I see here, like, there was definitely some type of suffering. Okay? You went through something that was really personal. This is a personal transformation. You went through an ending. Okay? And this was in regards, you were feeling really, there was a lot of, right now you're seeking personal closure. Because you did too many people dirty, I think here. Where there was abrupt ending. And you're now looking at the way that you treated people in the past. The way that you were moving before made you feel stuck, delayed, and it was very immature, I see here on your end. Okay? You have a lot, like, you are making a decision possibly to go to somebody for an apology, maybe, for your actions and the way you treated them. I see here there's a lot of illusions. You may have been throwing illusions at people on and off throughout these years. Illusions, heavy illusions. I see here somebody super immature. I'm sorry, Virgo, I gotta say it. I know, like, you don't want to hear it, but I have to say it because it's gotta be said. You're somebody that likes to take shortcuts throughout life, and you don't, I'm talking about before you're going through this change. You're someone that likes to take shortcuts no matter who you did dirty. Okay? And it's showing here. Whether you put them underneath an illusion or manipulate them in some type of way. But I see here somebody that is gaining perspective, and you're going to start treating people how they should be treated. I see here you got the Two of Cups in the reverse. This may have been due to a breakup in the past, or some type of, like, communication that was broken down where you did not get closure from. After this person left your life, it could have been a Scorpio. It could have been any fire sign. Okay? But I see here, specifically, it could be a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. Somewhere down the line, there was a lot of lack of trust, a lot of disharmony, and this person cut you up. I think they cut you off abruptly where, listen, you're going to be more career focused at this time and getting your head right, because whatever happened here when it came to the way you decided to move with certain individuals, but one specifically, you went through a tower. A death and a tower. You went through a death and a rebirth. So now you're a whole different person because of the stuff that you went through. I don't need to tell you what you need to release and let go of, but let me tell you something. In order to feel better about the stuff that how you treated people in the past, what you need to release and let go of is, you already know what you need to release and let go of. I don't even need to tell you. Closure. Not everything needs a closure. And I feel like I'm talking to a Virgo that wants closure in regards to a situation. That's what it is. I'm here you're making a decision to come forward to somebody because you didn't get closure. And my thing is, you need to release and let go of this thing where you need closure specifically from an individual. Not everything requires a closure. Sometimes the disrespect is a closure. Or if you are the one that did dirty in this situation and you know you did dirty and you need to come forward with something, because I see here there might be a little bit of lies and disharmony and a lot of illusions. Were you throwing energy at somebody without knowing? Or were you purposely putting illusions over people's eyes so that way they couldn't see something? Alright, so yeah, like, I feel like that's what you need. The message was very, like, blunt with you Virgos. And this is not going to resonate with every Virgo. Okay, so if that did not resonate, this is not the video for you. Okay, this is towards a Virgo that is now realizing that they are going through a transformation, and what they went through was specifically for their own growth and to transform as a better person due to their own individual actions and how they treated not only one person but a lot of people, because they were taking shortcuts. They were out here manipulating and lying. Okay, I see here a Virgo specifically that was low vibrational at its highest peak. And now you're transforming into somebody that actually learned their lesson and is going through a really big transformation, so that way you can like move on with your life. But just know what you need to release and let go of. This is the message for you that came out specifically. It just took me a bit. Is that you need to stop relying on closure from people. You don't need that closure. What you need to do is, if you're the Virgo, and this could be in the reverse, sometimes things don't need closure. The disrespect is the closure. And then sometimes if you're the one that hurt people, that person has already accepted what you have done and been able to move on. But if you did something really foul, I'm talking about foul. Yes, maybe you should apologize to that person and then just move on. But sometimes people don't need a closure, Virgo, because the disrespect is enough. Anyways, what else for the Virgos? Old patterns. Spirit wants you to I mean, you're already going through a transformation, but you got to be able to embody this transformation and learn these lessons. You need to get out of old patterns that you've accumulated over the since you were a kid, so that way you can grow to be the best version of yourself. Get out of old patterns that you've learned from people, parents, etc. Okay, so that way you can embody the change and the transformation that you're going through. Because I see here somebody accumulated bad behavior and patterns because of their mother, or specifically a father. It can go either or, but I feel like it has to do with how they were raised individually by their parent. You need to sit with your shadow. I see here somebody is sitting. Actually, I'm talking to a Virgo specifically right now that is sitting in their shadow already. My advice is to start journaling out, because you can start doing shadow book writing. Write some questions down that really hurt you and that was really traumatic as a kid. Write it down on a piece of paper or a journal. I promise you, you will not regret it, because on top of sitting with your shadow and transforming, this is the biggest thing that you can go through when you're changing and going through a transformation. If you want to embody that change, sit with your shadow and write down certain aspects that really hurt you from the time that you was a child till now. You will see how much lighter you feel once you actually finish like a few questions. The next day you're going to feel so much better, lighter. And I know, because I've done it and I still do it, and I've gotten people to actually do it, and they have given me the props that it does work. Somebody here needs to turn off the TV. You're a video game player or something. Okay, or maybe you just have the TV on and you're not watching it. I see here maybe you play music and you're not listening to the music. You're too focused on like your phone, or just doing stuff that is like, it's not good. It's your mind is racing too much because you're thinking about the past too much. Turn off the electronics and go outside and go touch some grass. And I'm not saying that to be silly. I'm saying it because you probably do need to touch grass. I would advise, somebody does have too many clothes, go donate your clothes. That could really make an impact on somebody else's life, and not only theirs, but yours as well. And somebody needs to change their tire. The tire, it's specifically the right side possibly is like being silly, or you didn't put it on right. I see somebody that does know how to change the tire to their car, but it's not on right, okay? Your motivational message is the better it gets. When things happen that cause me to feel good, I know there are much more good feeling things coming my way. The better it gets, and I keep rising up. Yes, you should know that when you need to embody the change that's going on, this transformation, because it only gets better from here. I promise you. Do your shadow work and you embrace the change, and you acknowledge the things that you've done to people. I promise you, you will turn into a better version of yourself. I see here a Virgo that is learning a hard lesson. There's nothing wrong with the lesson, by the way. We all go through lessons throughout our life. And also, if this is not going to resonate with every Virgo, so please don't come to my page and talk crap. This could be for somebody else's message. Anyways, please like, subscribe, and comment if it does resonate. Love you guys. Peace out.